often get asked why women tend to, go faster, and go bigger in the business. And why is it that there are not enough women leaders in the business? Now, that's not just true for QNet, but that's just really true, okay, in any organization. And I believe that's true not because women are not as capable, not because women are, have less skills or that they have less opportunities, but I believe that is the fact because of how we as women, see ourselves and make decisions. So today, I just really want to talk about, how can us women, win better? Not compared to men, but really win better for ourselves as women. And so we know that in any given day, we tend to make maybe about thousands of decisions on any given day, right? Now, most of those decisions are very, basic, maybe even inconsequential in terms of, will I drink my water first or will I go for coffee and stuff like that. But there are some significant decisions that we make on a daily basis that when you add it all up, really decide and determine the course that we're going to take, determine how further we're going to go, determine how longer we're going to stay, determine how much more we're going to succeed. So the real difference really is in how we as women make our decisions. So how do we make decisions? Well, number one, in general, and I don't say this that it's true for everyone, but in general, women tend to make decisions relationally. Right? We look at our family, we look at the impact on maybe our friends, on our community, and it really boils down to us looking for validation with our trusted circles of whether that's family and friends. So the beauty about QNet is that our business is built on trust networks, right? It's built on relationships that we build, and a network of relationships that are built on trust. And that makes it really good for us as women because we approach things relationally, and our business in QNet is really founded on, relationships of trust. So that's a good one for us. The second thing is that, we tend to really use our natural relationship building instincts or even skills, right, to do the business, to decide. So what happens when we optimize our time? What happens when we optimize our decisions based on sustainability? For example, we tend to not think of the quick wins. We tend to not decide based on the quick returns. Instead, we tend to look at the matter and decide based on what's the long-term impact of this on my family? What's the long-term impact on this on my relationships? And that's actually a superpower when it comes to QNet. Because, again, success is all about repeated actions. Success in QNet, it's all about effective duplication. And so when we're thinking not short term, not quick wins, but when we're thinking long terms, we have the stamina, we have the endurance to actually say, okay, let's do this repeatedly on a daily basis, long term. And the more people that you have who are doing the same simple actions repeatedly, right, on a daily basis, that's when you establish and create effective duplication, which is the starting point and which is the condition for really sustainability. And I think the third advantage that we have as women when it comes to making decisions really is that we're really stronger when it comes to, social proof, when it comes to, story-based decisions. What does that mean? We know nowadays that everyone is online. And we know that nowadays, everyone is really looking for validation online. They make decisions. We shop on TikTok, right? And we shop not based on what the brand per se says, but because of what the person on TikTok is saying, the stories they're sharing about a particular product, correct? It's all about social proof. And as women, this is our space. Because we're natural storytellers. We're naturally more social beings. We translate better, even on screen, even, online, because of the empathy, because of the authenticity. And so that's also a superpower for us. So when we start to look at ourselves in this business, right? And when we start to really make decisions, simple decisions like, am I going to make that phone call? Am I going to do a reach out? How many reach outs am I going to do today? How many presentations am I going to make? How many invites are going to make? How many follow-ups am I going to make today? Right? These simple decisions, when we now view it from the lens of as far as women are concerned, we do things relationally, we want things sustainably, and we want to be as authentic as possible. All of those combined, really, the decision is very simple. We're not here to win faster. We're here to win better. And that, my dear sisters, is our superpower.